I go down there, and there's this band Rascal that's playing, and I'm supposed to do a hot dog eating contest at the end. And I'm like, what do these guys got?
Sorry. You're not going to be in the hot dog. I want to clear this up for the listeners. Mm-mm. You're not competing in the hot dog
I'm not competing in the hot dog eating contest. Yes. No, I'm hosting. It's a gig. I'm hosting it.
Okay.
And I go down there and I'm like, I don't know, because have you seen an eating contest before?
On the TV?
No. Well, if you watch one on TV.
Like sometimes they show the hot dog eating contest on Thanksgiving.
July 4th.
Oh, 4th of July. Mm-hmm. Well, whatever.
On Thanksgiving. They should have a turkey eating contest though. That shit could use some dunking in water.
People get too sleepy.
But I was like, what? I don't know what's good. Because I've seen 2 eating contests before. I've seen a pie eating contest, and that was a joke. Because pie is so thick. And so people kind of just want to, and it was very like,
interesting.
What I was afraid of what was going to happen is that people would go up there and try to be, I'm center of attention, I'm on stage, I'm going to eat one hot dog in a funny way and like stand and try to be goofy while like other people suffer. Because I've seen a pie eating contest where kind of everybody who was doing it went just like, I just want a pizza pie and to be funny on stage. So I was like, are these real athletes or not?
Well, let's not throw the word athlete around.
Let's throw the word athlete around. Were these real athletes or not?
No.
Yes, they were. I was shocked. There was about 400 hot dogs.
Do you think this is because they're from Philadelphia? Does this have more to do with, are they athletes? No. Are they from Philadelphia? Yes.
Well, I'll say this. I realize that Philadelphia is a little Portland. You know what I mean? Like, remember that motherfucker?
It is so fucking Portland.
Remember that
it's
motherfucker?
Not a little Portland. It is the most Portland place outside of Portland.
It's a little Portland. But it's also like I realize there's a certain kind of person in Philadelphia, they've maybe never even seen a hot dog before.
That's not a person. There's no single person in Philadelphia who has not seen a hot dog before.
To them, that's
Philadelphia is hot dogs.
That's like the tomahawk steak to them. Like, they've never seen that before.
Oh, my God.
And so actually, it felt like they were really grateful to be there so that they could have some hot dogs. It was 8 contestants, all men, which I found interesting.
That seems not interesting to me at all.
You don't really see women doing this. You don't see women eating competitively. And I just think that's interesting.
Well, who's making the hot dogs?
There was a group of women making hot and men.
Interesting.
And it was actually there was a diverse array of genders making the hot dog.
All right.
And it was not just women back there. And I asked, of course I go up there because I usually refuse to go on stage unless there's several women up there. And I asked the organizer, we asked a bunch of women, no woman wanted to do it, which I understood. Well. But I talked to all the contestants before, and I was like, you guys, if I see you just eating one hot dog and being funny, I'm going to kill you. And they were all like, one guy was like, oh, I was kind of planning on being funny. I'm like, don't be funny.
That's good advice for everybody.
Exactly. It really is.
You think you're not going to be funny.
But I had my eye on this
don't
guy.
Be funny.
I had my eye on this guy. I was like, don't be fucking funny. And I was like, I get
don't
up
be
there.
Funny.
They had 10 minutes to eat hot dogs. They're initially given a plate of 15 hot dogs. And it's a race and also endurance.
I think I could eat 15 hot dogs.
Dude, I don't think you could, Liz.
You would be surprised.
You
gotta eat the buns?
No, and the buns. Okay. Yes. It's hot dog and bun, 15. Liz, you think that is true? And actually, up until the moment...
I think I could do 4.
Yeah.
I would feel sick.
I had 2 and I felt a little sick.
But I really like hot dogs.
I know. But Liz, these are boiled.
That's why I go to Hot Dog Johnny's.
These are boiled hot dogs, and there was this big tray of them. And I gotta say, the smell of a hot dog doesn't excite me or disgust me in any particular way on a normal day.
A little ambivalent there, huh?
Ambivalent. I'm neutral on a dog. I like hot dogs, but I'm not like and going one way or the other.
They're both gross and good smelling.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's yin yang. But I fully agree with that. But when you're on stage with that many hot dogs, the smell is horrible.
Yeah.
It's too strong.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, these guys, they did the classic dunk in a water, eat. One guy,
so gross.
I was impressed. He brought, and I was like, he's gonna try to be funny too, but he really did it. He brought a glass of wine on stage, of red wine, and he dunked in there. And ate
that
it.
sounds disgusting.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Here's my thing with the dunking technique. I think that should be illegal.
There's no other technique, Liz.
But
you can't do this regularly.
Then what I'm saying is you cannot use that. That's like a little trick to make it easier. What I want to say is I want to see how many hot dogs you can eat without your little tricks.
Natural.
Yes. Eat the hot dogs. Don't dunk. Don't do all these things. Don't try to game the system and be all like, oh, this is my like strategy. No strategy. The strategy is eat the dogs.
So
you eat the hot dogs.
I will say this. I think they should add some differences in it. You know, like hot links, like links that are attached by a little thing at the end?
Yeah, like cartoon style.
I think that we should do away with buns entirely and see, we're talking just sheer distance. I think we should see, it's
So
like
you
long
just,
distance
like,
eating. Yes, yeah.
like
I want
one
to see who can do that.
Yeah,
I think the bun is a really tough hurdle for
Stagecoach Willie style.
people to get over. Yeah. And yes, exactly. So they had eight of these guys up there. We shoot the gun off, which actually turned out to be a really big deal. Like police came and arrested several people.
I'm sorry, you shot a gun?
Yeah, I shot a gun.
Why?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. No.
Oh.
It was the starting. So we started off, and people were eating. And I was like, oh, maybe like there was buckets under everyone. I was like, maybe no one will puke. Like they're doing pretty good.
No, don't tell me that.
About 8 minutes in, I realized that everyone looked really not good. They were not doing well. And we get to the end, and there's, I think, 2 pukes. Now, this is where some controversy comes in. You could not puke, and you were disqualified if you puked. But we had never stipulated if that counted after the contest ends, but before the dogs are counted, right? I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's personally fine as long as the clock's not running. I think you can puke and not get DQ'd. Liz?
I don't want to have an opinion. I don't
I
have
agree.
an opinion on this.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is why you guys have never... This is why the Women's Eating League has really just suffered and no one watches it.
because this is dumb.
One guy, the winner, there was one guy who ate a lot, and then the goof guy who I thought was going to goof, he ate an extraordinary amount. These guys were
Interesting.
tied.
How many? How many dogs were talking?
We're talking, like, I think it was 9 dogs each. That's a
Doesn't
lot.
seem like that
In
much.
10 minutes, though?
Liz.
Yeah,
It's
dog a
so
minute.
gross to see someone shove.
Yeah, I don't wanna see
At a certain
it.
point, they're trying to beat the clock of their own like nervous system,
Yeah.
and so they're physically shoving these in their mouth, and
How much do they? Do they like starve themselves before?
I asked several people.
Sure.
Because all right, so I gotta say, I just assumed, and this is my own prejudices in coming in. I thought the fattest guy was gonna win.
Yeah,
It never is, though.
It never is.
it's always the tiny Japanese fellow.
But I was like, we don't have a Kobayashi. We don't have a Joey Chestnuts. We have.
Joey Chestnuts is not. I wouldn't call him thin.
Also, I don't know what he looks like, to be honest, but he did also sell out to Big Veggie Dog, which is why I
do you
believe why he's
mean?
not competing anymore. He was paid $5 million. This is what I was told at Barstool yesterday, that Joey Chestnuts was paid $5 million Beyond Meat, and he was canceled by Nathan's because of that. So I hope you're enjoying that fake dog money.
You know what? If I was the fucking Joey Chestnuts, I would have taken the money too.
Absolutely, I would have, yes.
Here's a tip. TrueAnon tip. Add it to the list. Always take the money.
Always take the money. Don't leave it on the table. There is no sanctity of sport or whatever. Take the motherfucking money, throw the fight. If you don't throw the fight, you might not only not get the money, they're going to kill you.
Take the money, sell out to Big Veggie,
Take the veggie dog
And-
money.
buy your wife something nice.
Buy your wife something nice.
Because you made your fortune becoming a competitive eater, which is
Competitive
fucking
eater.
disgusting.
Maybe he might not be married.
Wow.
But if he is, listeners, and you aren't, consider it. What's up with you? So these guys, we had a tie between a like 6'4" Latinx motherfucker named Jesse James from Texas, who was dressed like a blackjack dealer.
Okay.
And then I will say you know that show Peep Show, the British television show?
Yeah.
Did they call him the coward? Like when they were doing it?
No. It was too loud to talk shit.
Okay.
And then we had a sort of guy who looked like the dumpier guy from Peep Show, no disrespect, who was sort of slump shouldered, who is the goof who
Sit up straight.
I'm hunched. And then we had a amateur jackass guy who does his own jackass style YouTube video, who was a crowd favorite, who was brought into sudden death.
Very Philadelphia for the crowd favorite to be a YouTuber.
Yeah, well, he actually really liked this guy, but he was he did show me his amateur prank YouTube channel, which was there was some difficult pranks in there. We had sudden death. First to finish 3 dogs wins.
Interesting.
Jesse James wins outright. The man can eat. He ate these dogs. Finished.
Did he
won.
dip them?
He dipped them. It took these guys a lot longer to eat these 3 last dogs than it
I
did
bet.
to like yeah.
Yeah. Because they're
And-
full.
We had the prankster second, and then we had the slumpy guy third.
Interesting.
I'm obviously Jesse Games gets the big trophy. Prankster is getting.
Does the trophy a big golden hot dog?
It was a actual giant trophy with the hot dog that said, I believe, first hot dog invitational. I believe
That's
it was.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. It was this guy's fourth day, but they put it together. I was very impressed.
You should
by
get
that.
a golden hot dog.
You
I
should.
guess.
We
Yeah.
also had a second like a smaller trophy
Second
for second place.
Okay.
And I brought a third place ribbon, but I forgot to give it to the guy who got third place. But this is
Third
where
place or last place, whichever.
this is where it gets crazy. Deacon, the YouTube prank guy, they were like pranks where like he physically hurts himself. I want to be clear on that. But I thought he got second. It looked like, and then Slumpy guy got third, and I'm awarding the prankster his second, and the Slumpy guy points me to the prankster's pocket, and I see a fucking hot dog sticking out. Not a bun hot dog, a fucking link.
Wait. Who was judging this?
Well, I was judging it.
So how'd you miss him slip the dog in the pocket?
There's 8 guys on stage, and I was going up behind everybody, and when they looked like they were feeling really uncomfortable, I was getting really close to them and asking them questions for the crowd. There's hundreds of people there.
You didn't see in the pocket there was a hot dog?
It's dark on stage. There's 8 people. I'm not looking. I'm no pocket watch.
You thought they were happy to see you, but it was just a hot dog in the pocket.
Well, it was a back pocket, and it was. I will say there was only a nub of the head, if I may, of the hot dog poking out of the pocket.
So how did he slip it back there?
There's a lot of questions on this, but the slumped fella points to it, and I'm like, oh my god! I reach my hand in this pot, and I come out with a fistful of hot dogs.
How many hot dogs?
1.5. But that I have very small hands.
Was the other half in the pocket?
The other half was in the pocket.
Okay, so
and who knows how many others were maybe kicked under the table?
So it was 2 hot dogs in the pocket?
It was 2 fucking hot dogs in the pocket. Meanwhile, there's also
Did you hold them up to the crowd
I did.
triumphantly?
And I yanked the second place trophy away from him, and I awarded it to the guy, the slumpy guy.
So what did the kid was he like, ah?
Yes, but he was a really good heel, so I think it actually worked better than if he hadn't cheated.
What was his emotion? Was he embarrassed? Did he like play? Did he deny it? Was he like?
Yes, he did deny it.
Was he like you planted the dogs?
He was implied. It was very loud in there, but he implied he had no idea how they got there. Interesting, because how could a hot dog? I've had pockets almost my entire life.
He should have pointed at the other guy and said, he put those in my pocket.
This is a planted dog.
Those are my emergency dogs.
I brought this hot dog from home. Oh, no, this is for later. Yeah, and it was. I've never seen such a scandal in my life. But
so, while you were watching this guy eat the hot dogs, what was he eating?
He did eat hot dogs. He just didn't eat exactly.
But so was he just like being like acting, and you like put one up, and then the other one slips down, and he puts it in his pocket, or where? And what was he just eating the buns? No dogs.
There was a chaotic situation on stage. There's 8 guys here eating like motherfuckers. There also are people vomiting. Frankly, no one really made it into the buckets. Several people ended up having to just vomit on their hot dogs.
Sounds like an awful event.
And I was trying to get people to say vomit pig while they were doing it, but I did.
That's mean.
I was trying to. Well, you know, a pig is a good thing in the hot dog world.
Why not like go you?
Well, I did get them. I did settle on.
You are doing really well.
I was able to settle on
Your mom would be proud.
That was not. No. If a woman was proud of a man on that stage, then I got to go back to my Jordan Peterson books.
So that they feel a bit better about the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I got to say it's one of the sports that it's very unlikely that you're impressing the women out there.
Well. There's plenty of sports.
The crowd was. I did get them to chant eat, which I think cuts to the quick there. Like I think that's cuts to the chase there. I think that's really what we want to hear from a crowd there. But it was a chaotic situation, and the vomit.
No, we don't need to get into that. Now I'm curious if. So there were no further inspections to find out if there were other dogs hiding?
No, but nobody else was in the finals.
So were the 2 dogs from the final? So we only ate one dog?
No, the 2 dogs were from the He shouldn't have been in the final. He should have been DQ'd from the get.
So it should have been a 1-2.
It should have been a head-to-head. But I'm glad it was 3 because that means that there can be a loser.
And you should be glad that you didn't bring a 3rd place because that guy who was hiding the dogs certainly didn't deserve it.
Actually, I did bring a 3rd place, but it was a ribbon that said. I guess I got it in the mail with something. It says petite moi no, and then it's like big loads only, and it's got like a hurricane of. I don't know. It's just been in my desk for a while.
Why? What do you mean you got it in the mail?
It says, I think
As
I
you
have it in
do.
my backpack. Maybe.
Wait, but why? Who sent it to you?
I don't know. I got a lot of stuff at home.